Today on our plant adventures, we're going to Gabriella Plants, located in Oviedo, Florida, where my friend Cassie and myself go shopping today, where they open up once every month to the public, where you can purchase a small section of their large assortment that's available on their website. Now, this particular nursery is very special because in the next photo that you're about to see, they're one of the only places that sell the Pink Princess. It's about a $60 plant in a smaller size, but it's so pretty though, and like I said, they're one of the only places that sell it. And as you can see here, they have a small section that you can shop during the plant sale once a month. Now, I do have some of the tour filmed in this video, so stay tuned and watch that. It's very educational, and if you guys ever go to the plant sale that they do, I highly recommend taking the tour. It's about 5 or 10 minutes long, super short and very educational. The plants that they have in the front section that's available to purchase is everything from common plants to some rares. Now, like the Pink Princess, there is a waiting list for, so if you are interested in getting that plant, definitely check out their website. Those they don't have readily available during the plant sale. This is a family-owned nursery. It's currently ran by the son, who you will see in the tour later on. It was originally owned by his father, who primarily sold in wholesale, but now the son has expanded the business to online sales. Even if you don't want to buy anything, it's just fun to come and look at some of your favorite plants. Some of my favorites are petunias. I have so many of them, and they had such a good assortment this day. Besides petunias, pink plants are some of my favorites. Check out my pink plant haul video that I uploaded last week. It'll show you guys just some of the ones that I purchased today. Once you're done shopping, definitely stick around for the tour. Stay tuned because here are some fun facts and clips from Gabriella Plants.
Pink Princess for about a decade now, when we first bought our stock plants for it. These black trays, obviously Pink Princess need a little bit more space, but like the other benches that we walked past, those hold about 820 plants per bench. So that's why the rolling mechanisms are such a big deal, because essentially what you get with one roller, a greenhouse full of rollers, is you get an extra half of a bench, which equals to about 480 plants per side, or about an extra 800 plants per greenhouse, just having the rolling benches. So it doesn't make it super great for retail or for having people browse, but it does let us grow more plants in a smaller space. Yet have for sale, or that we're working on it. So some of those are obviously the more monsteras. Also wind envies, we're working on more stock of that up. These are actually Anthurium Kings. Yeah. So those will take quite a while to get to the size that I want them to be at, but we'll tackle that bridge when we get there. When you're talking about when you root in plants from cuttings, we normally hang on to plants for at least 2 months, generally speaking, and sometimes, obviously, if it's a bigger plant, it can be 6 months plus. So in order to accomplish that, make it as easy as we can, 2 main ingredients we use, obviously really good soil. I've been playing around with a new one, I'll show you at the end, but a basic 80% peat to 20% perlite mix. One of the things we do though is we do support local business. So these pots here, this first pot is a typical 4-inch pot that you'd get from China. You can pass it down if you want. Super thin walls, and it's made by putting kind of like an aluminum can would be, put a tiny little piece of plastic, you punch that through, and you get that really, really thin wall. Those can crack, and also when you're trying to fit them in a case, or for the sake of us when we're shipping online, one of the easiest ways for a plant to come out of its pot during shipping is if you kind of loosen it up, because then the whole thing will just pop right out. So when you have a pot that loose, it can lead to some problems. So this is actually a local company. I believe it's 2 brothers out of Longwood, and they actually do their own molds and have their own pot. They made medical devices with plastic for a really long time, and they wanted to do something different. Somebody told them, hey, you should make some nursery pots, and they started doing it, and about 2 years ago, I think we were one of their few customers, and now a good chunk of Apopka and foliage production in Central Florida is using them, so they've been able to really step it up. Last thing we use as far as ingredients go is nice fertilizer. So this is we've used different, you'll see different color beads depending on the generation and what bag we had at the time. Like these are purple here. They look like Nerds candy, but they're not. They do not taste good, I promise you. I'm not saying I've tried it, but I'm not recommending it. But these fertilizers have always been really big for us because whether it's this color or the purple ones, they're all 6-month time release, and they actually work by having a special coating over the pellets of the fertilizer. So each time you water the plant and water comes into contact with the bead, it releases a small amount of nutrients each time. Prevents a lot of burning, and then more importantly, when you're talking about having 800 plants on a bench, you don't want to have to be going through that every 4 weeks to re-fertilize it or to water it with fertilizer. So we can apply it once, and then just as we water, we're continuing to provide nutrients to the plant. And because most plants here aren't here for 6 months before they leave, you're talking about having quite a few months of active fertilizer in the plant, even after you get it. So a lot of the more rare items like the Oviedo FL philodendrons, the painted ladies, the monsteras, and obviously the Pink Princess. So we are the largest grower of Pink Princess. It's actually how we came to know you guys at all in the first place. We were growing a lot of them, and we were running really low. I stopped selling them to the brokers wholesale that we used to. They started offering more and more money for it, which said to me, I should probably Google this. Found out people were charging $75 and up for a cutting. And ever since last October, I launched an Etsy store under my own name with this logo that I made in about 5 minutes, and had sold about 10 of them in about an hour. And then it dawned on me that I had no earthly idea how to ship them. I had no idea what I was doing. So it's been a long, hard road, but we now ship out around 320 boxes or about 1,000 plants a week with a failure rate of about 2.1%. So we do pretty well, and it's just a team of 3 people who pack all those orders in 300 square feet, so probably smaller than your bedroom at home. That's also why this construction crew is out here. That will be our new packing facility and let us expand what we're doing. But the Pink Princess we are currently working on fulfilling the rest of the people who participated in our pre-order back in July, and we hope to have more available for everyone else starting in late October, maybe early November. Planting in here, lower ceilings, like I said, it's mainly to be able to heat it higher in the winter. Some of it's more shaded than the rest of it is. But over here we do have some, kind of call it my playground. There's a lot more of the rare plants we grow, like the Jose Bueno, also Envy Variegata. That's a whole internet debate you can get yourself into. Painted ladies. A lot of these you can tell I've been through and been trimming them up just so we can get one more batch planted before winter. Because in Florida we'll probably still be at 86 degrees in November, so we got some time to still read some stuff in. So this is a lot of that production of Jose Bueno. These are one of the cooler plants I think that we have, mainly because their leaves, when they get to mature size, which is about 6 feet high, their leaves will get about 4 feet long. So they're quite a large species of philodendron, and they're very cool. And it's also weird how they almost go to like a non-visible green on green, like almost completely lose their variegation as they age. But then when you have fresh growth come out, you have a much brighter color before it begins to fade. So not quite sure why that happens, but that's how they grow. So fun stuff. This right here is actually a variegated arrowhead that went into mature form. So if they get up above 6 feet or so, they'll actually start showing their 3 leaf characteristics. So the solid green one here is really pronounced, and you even get the extra little, I don't know what you want to call those, eyelashes. They're trying to be funny, I don't know. But it is just a weird thing, you don't normally see that. Most Syngonium leaves are always round, heart-ish shaped, but that's how Syngonium podophyllum grows. This will show you if it gets to a mature form. So we walk this way.
Hope you guys had fun watching video clips and the tour from Gabriella Plants. Thank you for joining Cassie and myself on another plant adventure, and definitely subscribe and comment below, and stay tuned for more plant videos with us.